3 signs your brain has been trained by a narcissist. Now that word is thrown around a lot, and the reality is there is a big difference between a bit of a moron and a narcissist. It doesn't mean that if you've been with the moron over the narcissist that your hurt or your confusion or your pain or your grief is invalid. But a lot of clients will come to work with me when they are going through a process that feels different to anything they've ever experienced. They are craving a person that they know logically they should not be with. They feel shame for still wanting somebody that's done things time and time and time again to hurt them. They are missing somebody, but they don't even know what they missed because they know realistically it was hell. And they're massively trying to grieve multiple versions of a person. A version that made them feel the best they've ever felt and a version that's made them feel the very, very worst. When clients come to me, they have a lot of doubt. Was I the narcissist? Was I the problem? Did they mean it? What ifs, etc. I am not trying to understand the experience, although I am. What I'm looking at when clients are telling me what they've experienced or trying to tell me what they've experienced is I'm looking at how the brain is behaving, because I can tell by how the brain is behaving from a neurological and psychological level whether you have been exposed to narcissistic behaviours. If your brain is doing 1, 2 or all 3 of these things, this isn't a brain doing it for no reason. This is a brain that has been conditioned by narcissistic behaviour. And time doesn't heal this. The right healing map does. Number 1, even when you are not with them, even when you break up with them, you can hear their words, and sometimes you can even hear their voice, and you believe what it says. Deep, 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 deep down, you know you're a good person, but there is doubt. There is doubt that maybe you are the controlling one. Maybe you are the liar. Maybe you are the manipulator. Maybe you are the narcissist. Maybe you do create drama and dramatize very normal parts of a relationship. It doesn't matter if 4 million people tell you that that is this person's voice and that is them projecting onto you because that's what they are doing to you. There is still this seed of doubt that says, what if I am the problem? What if they are right and I am all of the things that they have made me believe that I am and accused me that I am? When you're in a narcissistic dynamic, it's constant criticism and it's constant gaslighting and it's constant self-doubt. And it doesn't matter how strong or intelligent you are, eventually that poison is going to start to sink in. And it feels very hard to reverse. We think when we leave the relationship, it's just going to go and you're going to be able to see everything clearly straight away. But there's such a chemical imbalance that makes it very, very difficult. Which is why with clients, we have to not only rebalance the brain chemically, we also have to undo conditioning. And that takes practice and it takes patience. We can't rush in there and do it all at once, because the quicker we change it, the quicker you can revert. But luckily, it can be fixed, so don't worry. Number 2, you feel utterly addicted to trying to access a version of them that you haven't seen in a long time. Maybe you see it at the very, very, very beginning. Maybe you see glimmers of it, but it doesn't last very long. Either way, when you are not with them, you miss that version. You crave that version. You want that version. You would do anything for that version, even put up with the bad if it means feeling the good and seeing that version of them that made you feel some of the best things, most understood, most loved, etc. Now, this is a sign that the brain has been conditioned by narcissistic behaviours, abusive behaviours. Your brain should be able to see, logically, cognitively, that the version of them that you saw at the beginning wasn't real, was temporary, wasn't authentic. When it can't, and your brain is willing to put you through the abuse, the manipulation, all the terrible things, just to get the good, something's going on here. All you want is their validation. All you want is reassurance. All you want is a level of warmth from them. You feel it would take away all the pain and more. That is a chemical attachment, a trauma bond. And those only happen when we are in very, very, very toxic and unhealthy cycles with a person. You have been trained to chase breadcrumbs. Not love, breadcrumbs. Number 3, so much guilt for everything. It's always interesting to me how the human brain works in these situations, because when we have been in a very narcissistic tendencied relationship, the person who believes they are this terrible, awful narcissist is also the person that feels guilt for things that they shouldn't. Normal reactions, normal thoughts, normal feelings. guilt. So much guilt and shame and beating self up, because that's what you've been conditioned to do in this relationship. You've been conditioned to believe that all your normal thoughts, all your normal feelings, all your normal reactions to their disrespect and their betrayal and their gaslighting and their manipulation, that you are the problem. Not what they've done to you, but your reaction to it. And over time, that conditioning starts to stick. Your brain sees guilt as a way to try and keep you safe, to try and stop you from reacting, stop you from having feelings, stop you from having thoughts. Meaning that all you do is beat yourself up. All you do is be tough on yourself. All you do is see this as all of you problem and not their problem, so you can keep this attachment alive. Because leaving it or losing it feels horrific.